Hello. Stay a while and listen. Don't you think if you want to change the world, you have to change yourself? I'm here to awaken in a good way, in a way that has reason and practicality. Ich bin ein Historiker einer Gemeingesellschaft auf Geschichte. I am a secret society historian. Long story short, so what brought me here was a long road of being initiated at such a young age and then having to look back and see the pieces of why I've always had this strange, not obsession, but curiosity for Theosophy. Because people don't appreciate it. Because they don't understand it. And you can't appreciate what you don't understand, but also you can be wary of something you don't fully understand too. People already have intuitive understanding of it. That much is true. Because when you know the Theosophical Society's power, you see that we are already the result of it. That we are already born because of it. The Society's influence is us. As we are now. We are the product of the new age. In the sense that we are free. We are so free spiritually to travel between different realms that we feel is necessary at that time and place. And that is the story of wisdom. So wisdom shines and wisdom travels through souls that search for it and crave for it. Because when you embody wisdom, you embody divine aspects of yourself too. And those aspects can only come out in time. And they're only shown by time. And they're shown by circumstance and trial and error. So the tribulations of humankind is a cycle of karma, because your values will be tested against circumstances. And that means pertaining yourself to your spiritual openness. Because that little conscience inside is a guiding voice, but it can be misguided. And false compassion can be very bad, just as much as militant incompassion. Lack thereof. So seeing that there are two sides to it, because perhaps the act of evil does have an anatomy. So when I do an historical investigation, I like to do it by a year-by-year breakdown, month by month, day by day. Because that way, I'm able to indicate who, where, what, when, why, and how. I am here to tell you about Cribbet. So Cribbet was a very powerful plantation in the Dutch East Indies, based in Jakarta. And on that plantation, in the year 1900, the Schrift von Montmont family became more invested within the secret society world in order to view it not just as a pathway for spiritual attainment, but also to use it as a sort of intelligence network to defend and to expand their imperial wealth. And this meant having to go deeper into the Sagartha of the secret society world. So, Karel van Gelder, bearing Melanie van Montmont Schiff, that itself was a unity of a mafia already in place. Having entered into the Theosophical Society 1 year after each other, that is what needs to be shown, and we need to slow down. We need to slow down. Because as I study this and as I write it out, it's so important to see what this means. So, what happened was, Melanie also had two brothers, Theodore, Otto, Lewis. Okay? I'm not going to get into the women right now because it is going into the matter of the Altai daughters and the rise of feminism, and of course, how this family is potentially related to a very important presidential history. Yes, because it is possible that Theodore Roosevelt, the first Roosevelt, that he is related to the Leutons, who are also connected to the Theosophical Society, but that is already known. But this is another aspect. It's not just that they're connected to it, it's that beforehand there was a powerful mechanism in place. A sort of a military occult banking syndicate whereby Krebet was the central cabal, and the enactment of them supporting ethical policy by the Dutch gave them more of a license to control what is ethical and what is unethical. So the advancing of what is ethical gave them the executive authority beforehand. And this is why I'm slowing down, because I want to show that with the rise of the Bolsheviks and the threat of communism and the proposal of the doctrine of terror by Trotsky, and with the Bavarian Soviet happening after World War I and Fall-Fergus-Knot, with the execution of those crucial Thule Society members as martyrs for the cause, it is now a reframing of understanding that this new right-wing defense is centralizing itself as a form of counter-terror. I know that's really complicated, what I just explained. But I'm showing how, one, it is a matter of outsmarting the system. Two, you have to look at what was actually happening at the history. I am not here to give a historical amnesty to fascism because clearly there are major crimes of fascism. However, with this origin now being known and understanding that they had intrinsic influence the entire time through the intelligence agencies protecting the status quo and committing human rights violations in order to protect it. Then the Bolshevik threat happens, proposing a doctrine of terror. Already the apparatus in place is there to respond to it as a form of counterterrorism. So that is why looking at it only through 1900 to 1925 is what needs to be done. Because if we jump after 1923 beer hall push, March on Rome already happened in 1921, then Hitler is in jail for only a year, and then he writes Mein Kampf in 1925. Seeing that he was sponsored by Krebet the entire time. Dora Kunz knew Hitler. Maria Montessori knew Hitler. Okay? So, this is information not to say that anybody isn't smart or anybody missed it, because when I first started studying fascism at university, my professor said that this is very mysterious and we do not fully know where it came from. So I'm going to end the video there for now. Thank you.